Hi y'all, this is LaShanford coming back to you. How has everyone been? Praying all is well. Pray that everyone been good. And I just wanted to come back to y'all with the latest of my story I was telling. I know it's been about a month since I last spoke to y'all. Um, all is well on my end. I have no complaints. Most High working on me and helping me just get stronger and stronger. And I had a couple of like I went back a little bit, sledding. I guess that's how you say it, black sledding. On my food and on my food and just also just my thoughts a little bit. But okay, so we're gonna continue with the story and I'll go into my food and everything. So um, after I was last saying that I started to so the prophet told me that I was in divinity and I was saying I was overdoing it. I was doing too much. I was overthinking it. I was having I don't know. I just was doing too much with it because I didn't, you remember I was saying I asked the prophet, is this how, you know, am I supposed to be doing something? Am I just supposed to be sitting? Like, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. So the prophet ended up told me, nope, you don't do anything, kind of, right? This is after I spoke to the prophet. So I did skip one part about the prophet. I did have, after I spoke to the prophet and she told me I was in divinity, I did have a vision. I had a vision. To be honest with you guys, I don't remember the vision, but I just remember I had it, and it was like about my life. It was like, you remember the old cameras? It was like it was flashing, but it was like flicking. Like you took a camera shot and it'll flick, and you'll see the next vision. It was kind of like that. So I was just getting visions over my life, and I just broke down crying, and I'm like, thank you, Most High, thank you so much. I love you, I just want you in my life, pretty much what I was saying to the Most High. But the weird part is I don't remember the exact things that I saw in the vision. I just remember it was over my lifetime, the visions, the pictures that had came. So besides that, I was watching her lives, and I would never catch it from the beginning live. I would always catch it like in the middle of the live. So I'll watch it and I have to play it back, or sometimes I'll just start. I wouldn't even watch it from where she was at. I'll just play it back to the beginning of the live when I would watch it. So I wasn't catching it all the way live. But so with that, I had started. My lips are chapped. I just came from walking. After that, I had started, just doing too much, putting too much emphasis in it, just not letting it happen naturally, like she was saying. I was overthinking everything and doing too much. So all the stuff she was telling me to do, not just me, she was telling the whole, everyone on live, she was like telling you to pour into yourself. But the way I live my life, it was either in fear, or I just felt like my life was, I don't know, I didn't know how to pour into myself, because I guess I didn't realize that I wasn't living a good life, I guess. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it was like I grew up this way, and everyone around me was living this way, so I didn't know that I was doing anything wrong as far as the way I was living my life, you know, I'd be in the street. I knew the gossip. I knew the stuff that was going on, but I wasn't a part of anything. But I knew everything that was happening. You know, I had friends in the street. You know, we were all close, or one of them would be calling, gossiping, telling you what happened. I just didn't even realize, I was doing anything wrong for real. Like, or I guess I didn't think into it. I wouldn't say I didn't realize I was doing anything wrong. I just didn't think into it. So when she was saying pour into yourself, I didn't know how to pour into myself. I didn't realize that I wasn't pouring into myself. Like, I had a job, I worked, I made sure I had a car, a house, made sure, I helped my family in any way I could help them. So I didn't realize I wasn't pouring into myself. I thought I was doing the right things, And so I started off, so like I was saying, when she was saying, do different stuff to pour into yourself, she was saying, ground, walk on the grass, feel the earth, feel the energy from the earth and all of that stuff. And she was saying how to do a spiritual bath, and what else she said? She was saying, I don't remember the exact wording. She said do under the moon, but she said do something under the moon. And she said that ground, eat better, any fruit you eat have a seed in it. She was saying all the right stuff, all the proper and right things, but I didn't do it all at first. I kind of waited till later. Like, when I'm watching the lives, I wasn't doing everything, but I waited till later to do it. So, like, I'ma say it was at least a month and a half or two. I finally decided I'm gonna do all the stuff she was saying to do on the list. And she was saying, meditate. She was saying, what's the other thing called? Magnetize, and I'm trying to remember all the wordings. When you I can't think of what it's called. When you dang, what is it called? When you not magnetize, but when you when you ask for, the stuff that you want and need, I forget what it's called. Not motivate, it's something with an M. I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyway, she was saying those type of things to do. So I started to try to do all the stuff. So I started to, write stuff down, write lists, speak positive on myself, love on myself. And so the error that I ended up making, I know for sure I made, is because she talked about it on the live. At first I didn't know she was talking about me, but what she was saying, I'm like, wait, I did something wrong. So I freaked out, But basically what I did was, okay, first off, I'm doing it way later than when she said to do it. And then when I did it, basically I tried to do two things at once. She said to do, like she said, to ground and to walk under the moon, and I did both of those together. And I was just talking to God, but I didn't realize I made a mistake by doing that. I actually haven't talked back to her, so I don't know exactly like what I'm trying to say. I think it was some type of spiritual no what I did, but I didn't realize it, But I don't know exactly what the no was, like, that I did, that made that so wrong. But yeah, that's what I did. And so not only that, it was just, I was just doing, I wasn't fully dedicating myself. I guess that's what the real issue was. I wasn't, if I was going to do it, it was like I was half-assing it. It was like I'm still kind of doing my other stuff, but then I'll watch her lives, and I was watching other spiritual stuff to try to learn, to understand everything. As she was saying, it's gonna come to you naturally. But I was kind of like, watching different stuff, trying to learn. I was watching, what's his name? The one that always be talking about the emerald tablets and all of that. So I was watching that type of stuff. I would watch about Cleopatra. I would watch about all of the Egyptian time, to try to see, the connection, so feel the connection. Like if one of them was me back in that time, because now that I'm learning that we had past lives, and some of us was Egyptian gods and goddesses, so I was trying to, feel the connection to see which one of them was me. I was just doing all of those type of things to try to grow and to learn and to just do it. But it was like I was doing it at my own time when I wanted to, not super focused on it. It's like one of those, I gotta go write this down, magnetize some stuff to magnetize to me, the positive things to magnetize to me. I'm like, let me go write this down. But I didn't really embrace it, what I was writing down. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So I was just doing a lot of different spiritual no-nos, that I found out that I wasn't realizing that I was doing. And then when I realized it, I guess I just didn't know. But the Most High was upset with me, I know, and I let the Most High down, because the Most High. So the first thing, okay, so after that happened, that night, I could feel like my legs, like, I don't know. Oh, no. So right after I did it, I remember now. Right after I did it, after I walked on the grass under the moon, then I got like a cramp in my leg. Soon as I did it. And it's amazing. Like I don't get everything spiritual, and I wasn't getting everything, but I knew that was some punishment for what I had did. I knew. And so then I was laying down getting ready to go to bed, and my leg was bothering me the whole night because of that. And I think it was connected. I really do. I believe it was connected as to why I was feeling that feeling, and what happened. I do believe it was connected with what I had did. And I think it was a real bad no-no. And I just, to be honest with you, so later on, after I had left her, I started watching Rashad Jamal's, and I went back on his, because I wasn't watching him at first, but I went back and was watching a lot of his stuff, and he was talking a lot about the moon and how they kind of use the moon to draw souls in and all of that stuff. I had no idea that stuff. So I think it was a bad spiritual no-no what I did, but I didn't know when I was doing it. I didn't know. I literally was just saying, I'm going to do two things at once off the list, that I could do both of these together. And you know what else had happened? I tried to do the walking on the grass a couple of days before, like 2 days in a row, and it rained both days, so the grass was wet those days. So I'm like, okay, let me get it in now since the grass finally dried I'm gonna do both of these together. And I just, what this taught me is just, I just be trying to pray on it and make sure, not pray, just talk to God and make sure. I guess what I'm trying to say, just because you on the live, I guess everything not for you, you know. And I just want to ask the Most High for approval now before I just get to doing stuff, especially spiritual stuff. I try to ask now, because that's not the only mistake that I made on this spiritual journey. I was making quite a few mistakes on this spiritual journey, so that's not the only one I made. So I just try to like ask first and make sure I can even do it. And then if I didn't realize, like, when, okay, so say today she said pour into yourself, walk on grass, walk on the grass and ground. I don't think it's something you should wait to do. Now that I'm thinking on what I did wrong, like it's not something you should wait to do. It should be in a time frame of when she said it. It's kind of like you not taking it serious. What, like, if the Most High wants you to do something, you want to hurry up and do it, so it shouldn't be that I'm taking months and months to do it. So this just, me letting you guys know where some of the stuff I was going wrong. So that had happened. I'm just gonna go back into the story. I just wanted to kind of explain what some of the things that I had did. I don't even remember everything, because it's actually been over a year and something now. I don't remember everything I did wrong, but I do remember that. So I just wanted to give y'all an example of one of the things that I did. Because, nothing against anyone, but, I noticed, like, when you watch different stuff, they don't really give you the examples and break it down, like how that was a no-no or what you did, or, you know what I'm trying to say. So it's like they might say, don't they'll tell you to do something, but don't break it all the way down how to do it. So I just want to make sure, I explain what I did wrong, so someone else wouldn't make the same mistake I did. One of the things I know I did wrong on this journey, because the reason I know is because after that happened and my leg was hurting at night and everything, the next day, her live, I joined the live. It was later, and she was going in. She was talking about me for sure, because she was talking about what had happened. So I knew she was real and all of that, and I knew she was really a prophetess, and because I felt it. I felt she was real, but I just didn't realize that I had messed up. So she had spoke on it, and how basically she kind of did a mini reading. And that's another thing. Even though I went to her, I was always afraid to do the reading, though. I didn't never want to, because I guess in my head, it was always, I guess maybe part of it was probably that I'm still thinking in the Christian way that this is evil. And not that I thought it was evil, but I didn't want anyone to go into me like that. Like, I didn't want to know, I didn't want to know that, like, deep into me. And I'm not perfect. I've done bad things in my life. I've done stuff that I had to come to the Most High about and ask for forgiveness. I went on a journey of, I had to basically, to get right with God, I had to do the shadow work, embrace the things of the past that I never, either if I never spoke about, or if I did something wrong, I never apologized about and spoke on it. I had to do that. It was like a process. It was for sure a process to this. And I'm just so happy I did it, though. God changed my life, the Most High changed my life for the better. um, I think more positive now. I do still have to fight. I do still fight having negative thoughts still on a daily. It's like I battle it, and I'm learning more and more when it's a demonic entity, because I for sure be having demonic entities putting certain stuff in my dreams and stuff like that. So I'm learning more and more when it's a demonic entity and when it's the Most High talking to me. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to catch the signs and stuff like that. So she started talking about, back to the story, so she was talking about me, and she was basically saying, I'm not in divinity, and she said that my family, I'm not gonna heal my family curses, and I'm not gonna have love, and what else she said, and she said I was a wasted soul, and I felt like that hurted so bad. Not just because I was afraid, because I truly, truly was, because I really thought I didn't mean to do it, I wasn't trying to, but, that's what I get for half-assing what I was given to the Most High, though. That's how I feel. Like, if I really wanted the Most High in my life, I needed to go full throttle with it and be for real and sincere, instead of just doing what I wanted still, and still basically still living the same life I was living, but I would watch her lives and start to do some of the stuff she was saying, but I wasn't changing my life all the way, so I wasn't doing the shadow work. I wasn't embracing my past, all the way not just embrace it, but basically, I'm trying to say, my bad. I wasn't just basically coming head on to my past, and I didn't apologize to the people when I did wrong, to them in my life. I did all of this later, but I didn't do it then. It was years and years later when I realized, hey, I wasn't fully all the way. I'm better now at addressing stuff too. I'll go ahead and talk to people if I feel this other way, instead of holding it in. And I'm getting better at that. I'm not all the way there, but I for sure getting better. I did make some changes now. But so she kind of went in on me, and after that I freaked out. I kind of was having anxiety attacks, just really, really torturing myself, because I had no idea that I could mess up that way with the Most High. I didn't mean to. In my head, I didn't mean to. But, hey, the Most High needs serious people. These are serious times and serious things going on in this world. And the Most High needs people that's dedicated to really helping to bring souls to her, back to the Most High. So I understand that, to turn away from the things of this world, and I wasn't turning away from them. I was just basically adding this into the things of this world that I was doing. So she went in on me, It hurt so bad, y'all. It hurt so bad, because I was so tore up about it, because she said I was a wasted soul. That hurt me so bad. I mean, it really did. I'm sorry, I'm about to cry now. Most High know it hurt so bad, because I had no idea, and I never even thought of myself in that way. And I said I had to be strong now. So I just, even though I messed up so bad, and she told me I was out of divinity, that hurt so bad just to hear their words. I would cry all the time, talk to God. Oh, and then one more thing. So I had saw, she was saying, you, like all the people out of divinity gonna start seeing stuff. Well, I did see a shadow figure at night, outside. I saw it was tall, slender, and it was a shadow. It wasn't a person. It was super black compared to the darkness of the air. And I saw it, and it freaked me out, because I'm like, and I was just having some of the stuff she was saying that was going to happen to the people that wasn't in divinity. I was starting to have it. So one day I was at work, and I was listening to the guy that I was talking about. What is his name? For law abiding, something like that. Abiding, forbidden. I can't think of his name. The guy, forbidden. Okay, forget it. I can't think of his name. He's a black guy. But I was watching. One of his lives, and I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it was a live. My apology. I think it was just a recording. And whatever I was watching, I'm watching it, and I started to hear moaning. I was hearing moaning, like someone was crying and tortured, moaning. And so when I was hearing the moaning, first I like kind of jumped, because I had on my headphones. I was at work, but I had on my headphones. And so then I looked around. It wasn't many people left because it was kind of later in the day. I want to say it was like 2 or 3 other people in the office. So I looked around. They was just talking, so they obviously wasn't hearing it. So I'm hearing this moaning, and it freaked me out. So I rewinded the video back to see if it was on the video that I was listening to in my headphones, or if I was just hearing it, and it was gone. It wasn't on the video. So I didn't know exactly what that meant, but I knew there wasn't anything good. So needless to say, it's just, I thought either I'm hearing like spiritual stuff, I didn't know if it was bad for me, or if it was just like once your spiritual gifts start to come on, if this is something you experience, but I kind of didn't have a good feeling about it. I didn't know what it was exactly, but I didn't have a good feeling. But I ended up reading the Thoth Thoth book. What's it called? I got the bad memory. I don't know the name of it. The little book with Thoth telling about life, kind of the stages of life, kind of. And he kind of talked about the death stage. He mentioned about the moaning. So I related that back to that, and I freaked out. I'm like, dude, Most High is telling me I'm about to die, basically. So every day I would wake up, I couldn't sleep. I just thought about this all day and night, just freaked out, just couldn't focus at work. My focus was gone. My happiness was gone. I was just sad on the inside. It's like I couldn't catch a breath, really, for real. It just tore me up. It really did. And so all of that happened. So when that happened, I ended up I just would pray to God, let the God know, please forgive me. I made a mistake. I didn't mean to. That's the one that I knew I did. Besides, the stuff I did, I still don't know. Or if I did know, I was doing stuff that I did know too. Like I was watching stuff that wasn't. Basically, it gave me no, it was nothing good for my life. Like I was watching a bunch of the Chicago trap stuff that was going on, with the beefs and all of that, commenting, getting all into that stuff, because I'm from Chicago, so I was rooting for the Chicago people in that situation. So, but it didn't serve me. It wasn't my business, and it was a negative, it gave me negative thoughts, and it was just negative for me. It wasn't positive. It wasn't something pushing peace or positivity. So, I was watching that a lot too, so it was stuff like that I was doing that messed me up with the Most High. And after that, I just prayed, Most High, please forgive me, please give me another chance, please. I even asked to make it how you say it, agreement, like with the Most High, or to that I would change certain things, and I would go, I would be sincere when I do this. The Most High gave me another chance, and Most High ended up having to give me a lot of chances because I kept messing up. But but I'm not gonna hold that over me. I just wanted to give you guys an example of a couple of things I did to mess up while I'm telling this story. And so I would just walk. I continued to do my AM walks to the park, talk to the Most High, even though I knew the Most High was mad at me. It was literally torture just to know that you are not. And then I felt so bad because I knew for a fact, even though the Most High was upset with me and I wasn't in divinity, I was never going to go back to the devil either, doing all the devilish things that held me with the devil too. So it was like, if I felt like a lone man on the journey, like, and I wasn't going to be with either, pretty much. That's how I felt through the whole thing. Like, I wasn't going to be with either. But I'm going to end this. I do have a call in like 10 to 15 minutes. But I did want to come back on and go into some of the things I was doing. And, I just kept on, but I just kept on walking, kept talking to the Most High, kept asking for forgiveness and to work with me. And I promise I'm going to work with myself for real. And it's not going to be no more half-asses. I'm going to really, try to do the things. And even though I didn't even know all the way how to pour into myself, I changed my diet. I had started doing the alkaline diet, which now I go in and out, the alkaline diet, but I started doing the alkaline diet. I changed what I was putting in my body and learning a lot more about the alkaline diet. I taking the time to care for myself and make my food. I literally, if my sister didn't cook before, I literally would eat out every day, every meal. Like I had a bad diet. And so I love the changes that the Most High, the things that I changed to pour into myself, I love it because it made me a better person. It really did. It's like I love that I care for my food now, and I know exactly what I put in the food when I make it, and just the love and care that I put into it, that I know is really, I'm fighting for my physical avatar to be um, to be healed, to be great. And then I had like different sicknesses before. I had like sinuses issues. I had acid reflux, and I had I take blood thinners. I was taking blood thinners, and yeah, it was just. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just not gonna stop. I kept walking. I kept meditating, even though I didn't even know how to meditate. At first, it was weird because I didn't know what I was doing, but I love it now. It's just all the changes I've made. It calmed my mind. First I couldn't calm my mind though until I knew that I was back okay with God, and the Most High was allowing me a chance to fix my mistakes and fix my life. But okay, I'm gonna end it right here though, guys. I just wanted to come on. How is everyone? I'm trying to see if anyone go through these type of things. Have anyone had any of these spiritual challenges? And me, I'm super like, I question everything. So I'm the type of person that want to know why. Like, why did this mean this? Or, I kind of want to know why. So I kind of, ask questions about everything. So, I don't know, so I don't know. It's like I was looking for someone to break it down more for me too on the spiritual journey. It's like I literally wasn't getting what she meant when she said pour into yourself. I didn't know how to pour into myself. I really didn't. I either put on clothes or not. I just didn't. I didn't know. I didn't take care of my hair. It's just I was so all over the place with the love I gave myself. And even now, even if I don't put on clothes, or even if I lay around still, I try to make sure, I'm always talking to the Most High. It may look like I'm not doing nothing. It may look like I'm still doing the same thing, but I'm meditating. I'm talking to the Most High. I'm speaking positive to myself. I'm loving on myself, letting me know that I am beautiful. I had issues with my looks when I was younger, like my eyes. I still don't like them, but, whatever, if it ever get healed, these bags, I had bags under my eyes since I was a little kid. If it ever gets healed and be removed, it's gonna be something natural if it ever happened. But it's like, I used to like try to wear glasses. I needed glasses anyway though, but I would try to wear glasses all the time to try to cover it. It really bothered me. And so I had to realize, hey, you're not loving yourself. You're not loving who you are, how the Most High made you. I wasn't seeing the beauty in me at all. Just the outer beauty. I wasn't seeing the inner beauty either. Like, I would always try to help people, and I go above and beyond for people, but I wasn't even seeing that I was doing this for people. And I don't know, I wasn't giving myself any credit for anything I done or was doing. But okay, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Love y'all. I'm gonna keep coming. I'm gonna keep breaking down this spiritual journey that I've been on, and just ask for y'all to let me know, do you have a story of challenges that you had and you had to get back there with the Most High? Just let me know. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Okay, I'll let y'all go. Talk to you later. Bye.